How does music impact your sex drive as a Christian single? Let's delve into it. A layman's comprehension of music is that music is a combination of sounds acceptable to the ear which expresses a form of emotion. As a Christian, the Bible tells us in Galatians 5 verse 16 that we should walk in the Spirit so we will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. How does music come into light? How does music affect our walking in the Spirit? The Bible says that anything that is born of the Spirit is spirit, and anything that is born of the flesh is flesh. So if you listen to a song that does not feed your spirit, inevitably it is feeding your flesh, and it's whatever you feed that grows. So if you listen to a song that encourages, premarital sex, a song that talks about your body, the songs I'm talking about, that enunciates you having your desires and exploring on those desires. I remember there was a particular time I listened to, looking back in retrospect, there was a particular time I listened to a song for days. This was years ago, so I really cannot remember the details, but I remember listening to this song, and for days after, I'm worshiping and praying, and it is taking me 20 minutes to first battle my flesh. I would literally be praying and saying, "Oh Lord, I give you the glory, I worship you, Lord," and my mind is like, "Oh Lord, help me, oh Lord, help me." And it had to take me coming back and saying, am I not doing myself, for a lack of better word? Am I not going against my own goal? Am I not going against my own progress? So let's cut to the chase. There is no how you're listening to worldly songs and you'll be able to successfully live a life walking in the Spirit. Live a life void of exploring your desires, exploring your sexual urges. There is no how. There's no how you can battle it. If you decide and say you want to walk in the Spirit, you want to put away your old habits, there is no how you are listening to secular songs or worldly songs and you would expect to grow and you expect to stop. It's just, I know that, so you can be invested in prayer and invested in invested in the word, but these songs, they are like virtue zappers. They zap the virtue out of you. So let's say you've prayed, you've walked in the Spirit for all day, you've stayed in the Spirit, you've prayed, you've made sure that you have studied the word. When you listen to songs like this, what happens is that they take virtue away from you, and it now takes you now starting again to gain that virtue that you have lost. Imagine every time you want to pray, all you are thinking of is, of course, when we come to the throne of grace, we obtain mercy and find help for time of need. But we also must there's a part we have to play by making sure that our heart is a holy place. The Bible said, who attend to the will of the Lord, the one with clean hands, the one with pure heart, the one who has not lifted his soul up to vanity. So there's no how you spend so much time in the word or spend so much time in prayer and you now end up listening to a song that takes all the virtue out of you. And what that does inevitably is that it enhances your flesh. Your flesh is more glorified. Your flesh, the desire to want to satisfy your fleshly desires is more heightened. So that's what happens when we are trying to walk in the Spirit, but you are still struggling because you are feeding your flesh, you are feeding your desires, you are feeding your will. So this is what I just want to mention today, and just to make you see things differently, that you are doing yourself danger by listening to some songs, and the songs I'm talking about. You are doing yourself a lot of damage by going to church, listening to the word, and you come back Monday to Fridays, Monday to Saturday, whichever the case may be for you, listening to worldly songs. It's like you are just drained. It's like you are pouring water inside a basket. It's there's no need. As in, there's no need for it. You don't need it. There are now groovy songs that you can enjoy. Check my page for these songs. I find it as a point of duty to just post these godly alternatives to songs that you can listen to, and even in case you are looking for beat and groove, you have these songs in the Christendom now. You have these songs in the kingdom. Once again, I'm Debbie Allen, the godly tikuma with a sense of purpose, but you can call me the Afro Gospel Baby. Take care.